Greetings and welcome to a special edition of Match Play with Ray Adams. I am here in Scottsdale, Arizona with a wonderful backdrop going on all week long with two of my favorite people. Of course, PGA Tour player Gary Woodland, our special guest today, and I have a very special guest host today as well, Amy Bockerstette. Amy, are you excited to be with Gary here and being a TV host?
Yes.
Well, how do you feel about it?
I feel happy. I feel grateful as if we're best friends.
All right, I'm going to let you two get on with it, and Amy's going to start the show with Gary Woodland.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you. So, Gary, making that part with you 3 years ago at the Phoenix Open changed my life. How did that moment impact your life?
Well, it changed my life as well. Your attitude and your energy that day was so contagious. And that's something I try to carry on and I try to spread to other people as well, because the impact you had on me that day was something I'll never forget and something so special to me.
I was so excited to watch you in the 2019 US Open. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When I play golf, I said things to myself like, I got this, I can do this, and breathe and believe. What things helped you win the US Open?
When you said I got this, I remember the bunker shot. When we were walking up, you hit your drive in the bunker and we were walking up there and I wanted to get it out of the bunker for you because it was such a tough bunker shot. It was such a hard shot. And you said, no, I got this. And your level of confidence was so awesome. And you obviously hit an amazing shot. And then you walked up and you said, I got this putt. And it was an absolute perfect putt. And so your confidence has rubbed off on me. And that week at the US Open, I said, I got this a million times because it calmed me down, relaxed me, and brought me back to the moment. And that's something I cherish and I learned from you.
Wow, great job, Amy, and thanks, Gary. Amy, I heard you've got to get over to the 16th hole. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, well, I guess I got this, folks. Gary, isn't she amazing?
She's the best. She interviews like she plays golf. Amazing.
And I know that when you picked her, and how did you come about choosing her to play that 16th hole with you at the Phoenix Open a couple years ago? How did that happen?
The Thunderbirds reached out to me
Okay.
a couple of weeks prior. They sent me her story, and it was obviously a no-brainer. It was a natural deal to show up and meet her on 16.
Why you, though?
I had won the year before.
Yes, you were the defending champion. That's correct.
So it was something to do with the tournament, and try to help and give back to the community. And it was a no-brainer. That was sent to me, and I read it, and I was so excited. And obviously, what happened on 16 happened. But
were you shocked when she left the ball in the sand, blasted out, and made the putt? I mean, were you really? You didn't expect that, did you?
You didn't, and that hole especially, you're so nervous on for everybody, even for
yeah.
me as a tour pro. So
Yeah.
you just wanted her to have a good experience and hit a good shot. And she hit an amazing shot. If it was 5 yards left, it would have been right next to the pin on the tee shot. And it went in the bunker, and I wanted to get it out for her because that's the one hole you don't want to chip on with all these people. It was late on Tuesday afternoon, so there were a lot of people there. And she hit an unbelievable bunker shot. And then the putt was storybook. I mean, we went right in the dead center, and it was perfect.
I know, I loved it. When you do something like that, Gary, and it may have happened to you in your life another time or two, but it's a very rare moment. It's a moment in history. It's where time and space and people cross, not by accident.
Yeah.
I call it a divine appointment sometimes.
Yeah.
And Amy and you crossed at that moment in time,
Yeah.
at that place for the reason of golf. Bringing people together is what golf does.
Yeah.
And it changed your life.
It did. We get very lucky in this game. We get to meet amazing people all the time. We're fortunate enough to meet people and try to have an impact on them. It's very rarely that it was the reverse. I was going in there trying to have a positive impact on her, and she ended up having the impact on me, and not only me, millions upon millions of people around the world. And that's what made it so special. It definitely changed my life, and I think it changed a lot of people. I get that more than I get rock chalk or anything else anymore. I get questions about how's Amy doing, and that's really special.
All right. We've only got another moment in the segment, but I've got to get to a little bit about your background. I know that you are from the Midwest. You went to college on a scholarship, but it wasn't a golf scholarship, was it?
Initially, I realized I wanted to play basketball. I played basketball growing up in Kansas. We're all brainwashed by KU basketball. Wanted to play basketball, and I played 1 year. Realized I wasn't going to be able to do that after school, so I had to give that up, and golf was my next option.
And so you had already been playing golf, I guess.
Yeah, I played golf my whole life. I had never focused solely on golf until I transferred to Kansas.
So you go to KU, and I hear that KU has this chant that they say, and apparently a lot of people, when you're playing golf around the country, and even right here, they'll say, "Oh, it's Gary Woodland," and they yell out, what's the chant, folks?
Rock, chalk, Jayhawk.
Rock, chalk, Jayhawk. What does that mean? Now, we know it's the KU Jayhawks. That's what they're called.
Yep.
But what does rock chalk mean?
Well, the initial chant way back in the day used to be rah, rah, Jayhawk. And then a geologist found this chalky rock on campus, changed it to rock, chalk, Jayhawk.
There you go. And that's history. And it's considered maybe the greatest chant in all of collegiate university and the sports. And I know others have their chants, but that one is certainly famous. And I've got friends that are Jayhawks, and boy, I have one guy that has it on his telephone. When his voicemail comes on. It's rock, chalk, Jayhawk. Crazy, but fun. All right, well, listen, when we come back, Gary Woodland is going to tell us a little bit more about his golf on tour, and we'll talk, of course, about his wonderful U.S. Open victory a few years ago at Pebble Beach. Stay tuned for more.
We'll be back with more match play right after these messages.
You've heard me talk about Squares golf shoes and how they help you hit the golf ball further. And many of you are saying, "Oh, come on, Faldo, give us a break. How is that possible?" But yes, they do. And it's proven with science.
What we noticed with the Square shoes was the shoe keeps the pressure in a more stable fashion towards inside of the trail heel, allowing pressure to get to the lead side, generating much more club head speed and distance gain.
Visit squares.com. Change your shoes, change your game. Squares, the distance golf shoe.
Introducing Flag Assist, the simple, easy-to-use pin attachment that's changing the way people play the game. Flag Assist attaches to the flag pin to allow for faster, easier ball retrieval while eliminating turf damage around the cup. Fully allowable under the rules of golf, Flag Assist is customizable, creating new avenues for course promotion, advertising revenue, and enhanced guest experiences. Visit flagassistgolf.com to see what it can do for your course.
How many shots do you throw away from the sand, the rough, or even the fairway? Does hitting a high, soft flop shot seem like some kind of trick only the pros can pull off? What if there was a way you could own a great short game instantly and never leave a ball in the bunker again? Introducing the all-new Alien Roswell Sand Wedge. The Alien Roswell's advanced design sole with the exclusive gravity rail system makes it nearly impossible for you to chunk it. The Alien Roswell Space Gel provides incredible forgiveness, great feel, and consistent results.
I practiced thousands and thousands of hours with my traditional sand wedge to be able to hit greenside shots and win on tour. But you don't have to with the Alien Roswell. Just set up like any other shot and swing. It's the easiest, most forgiving sand wedge I have ever tried.
I've never picked up a club as forgiving as this Alien wedge. It delivered every single time. It's fantastic.
Now you can try the instant, automatic answer to solving your short game by going to aliengolf.com right now. That's aliengolf.com.
We're like any normal family. We just get shorter wait times because we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
So easy.
Which gives us more time for things like...
Come on, Mom.
It's ready.
Wow. Are you sure it's ready?
Oh, it's ready. And it's all thanks to Kyle. Thank you.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Let's get you taken care of.
Introducing the newest addition to Zero Friction's Performance Arsenal. The Zero Friction Laser Pro Pistol Grip Rangefinder. The Laser Pro comes with a stable, pistol-shaped comfort grip that is lightweight with an easy-to-read scope. The device vibrates when you are zeroed in on your target and conforms with USGA and USGA handicap guidelines. Shoot on point without taking you out of the zone.
Houdini? Wow, baby's got back. Houdini. Houdini, that's pretty cool. I'm an escape artist myself.
So what is it?
The easiest clubs you'll ever play.
Is that Bernhard? Oh, great, Langer.
You know why I play Tour Edge? Because I win with it.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
And now back to Match Play with your host, Ray Adams.
All right, welcome back with Gary Woodland today on a special edition of Match Play with Ray Adams. Gary, we were talking about Rock Chalk Jayhawk and being a KU student and a wonderful golfer in college, but tell me what happened to you afterwards. I know you turned pro, I believe, around 2007.
I did.
And those first few years, was a little bit tough for you, wasn't it?
It was a grind. I graduated in 07 and turned pro right away. I missed Q school my first year, played some mini tour events.
Yeah.
And then the second year, in the end of 08, I got through Q school. And back then, I went straight to the PGA Tour. So it was a little bit of a shell shock. Playing basketball 5 years earlier, now all of a sudden I'm on the PGA Tour. I wasn't ready for it, but a blessing in disguise. I ended up getting hurt that year. I missed a year, had to do a bunch of rehab on my shoulder.
Shoulder injury, right?
But I was able to sit down with my coach, Randy Smith at the time, and say, this is what I got to do to get better. And that was a huge deal for me. Gave me some time to work on my short game.
What did he tell you needed to do?
Short game was a huge deal. I needed to drive the golf ball in play. So that's when we started hitting that little stinger shot, getting the golf ball in play, which allowed me to attack with my irons, which is what I've lived and died on my whole career.
How do you hit a stinger?
I open up my stance, I move the ball back. I obviously trap it, but the biggest deal for me is I try to keep the logo on the glove at the target as long as I can.
From U.S. Open winner right there, Gary Woodland. That's how you hit a stinger. The logo on the glove pointed at the target as long as you can.
And that shot allowed me to get the golf ball in play. Then I could be aggressive with my irons. Then obviously I improved my short game. It allowed me, when I came back at the end of 2010, I started to play well. 2011, I came out right away and won early in the year.
Yeah, you did. Now, you've won 4 times on the tour. One of them was the Phoenix Open victory, as you mentioned. You won other times as well, but of course, obviously, that U.S. Open. And I was there, Gary, and I actually spoke with you briefly after that win. You were tough to get to. I mean, because there was a lot of people, everywhere after somebody wins a U.S. Open. The most difficult golf tournament in the world, would you agree that it is a U.S. Open?
It is.
Why?
Just so much comes into it. Obviously, the USGA likes to set up tough. Pebble Beach is a golf course that we play every year, but the golf course is different. It's firm and fast in June. The rough is obviously a little higher. The fairway's a little more narrow.
Yeah.
Greens are a little quicker. And it's just the mental demand of shot in, shot out every day that something could jump up and make a big number. And fortunately, I avoided the big numbers all week and played beautifully.
Gary, some of the PGA Tour players have said to me over the years of interviewing so many of you all, that when they go into a major, they try to make it just like another week. It's just another tournament. Can you really do that when you're going into a major, especially a U.S. Open?
Obviously, that's the end goal. There's just so much more when it comes to a major. Obviously, more commitments, the crowds are bigger, the stage is bigger. But from that standpoint, I think what guys are trying to do from a mental standpoint is get back into the moment, get back into the shot, try to block out the expectations. For me, I like to get into a major early, try to get all my work done before all the crowds and everything shows up. So from that standpoint, it is a little different, but at the end of the day, it's a golf ball. You got a hole and you're trying to get in there as quickly as possible. So that part is the same, but you're trying to block out the expectations. A lot of guys, I rent houses during majors, try to get by myself, get away from people, and try to make it as simple and as normal as possible.
Now that U.S. Open was a few months after you met Amy, and she gave you that famous "I got this" with her famous legitimate par 3 on the hole that we've talked about. And you said early in the show today, when Amy was talking with you, that you repeated "I got this" 1 million times at Pebble Beach that week. Was that a calming Did that help you to block everything out? How did that work mentally for you?
Definitely. And, you know, obviously that was a stage. And I had been in contention the previous couple majors, so I'd been in that situation a little bit before. And I was just like I was just talking about, I was trying to get back to baseline, right? Trying to block out the stage that I was in, leading a major championship literally from Friday afternoon all the way through Sunday.
Yeah.
And the way Amy handled 16 a couple months prior, blocking out all the everything else going around her, I got this. It was all about the moment and what she was in. I did that to myself, and it really did. It blocked out everything around me and allowed me to play my best golf.
You know, I see a lot of the young tour players really all over the world over the years. They'll come out and they'll win fairly quickly. And they might even win 2 or 3. Might even win a major.
Yeah.
And then they sort of fall apart. They fall off the game. And everybody says, oh, well, they're in a slump. Will they ever be back? Will they ever come back? So how do you maintain that level after a big championship like a US Open, a major? How do you maintain that and continue to play at that great level of golf?
Yeah, and that's obviously something I battled with really through this pandemic. I played great through the rest of that year, but you get hurt and you come back and you start battling expectations. And you think that you played perfectly that week. And it took some people, some great people I have around me, to sit back. I'm like, I didn't play perfectly that week, even though I won.
Yeah.
And the expectations are sometimes you have to be perfect. And I know my baseline's good enough to win. I knew it that week going in. I was playing great golf leading in. And I think that's something I'm starting to get back to right now is I don't have to be perfect and I can still come out here and compete and win championships.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's interesting to me because being there all that week as well with you at Pebble Beach for that US Open, there was a tremendous amount of media attention on Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
And there have been a lot of people that have compared you two guys. You know, you're both, you know, big, strong guys, and you even kind of look a little bit alike,
Yeah.
and you've got that very intimidating game and that game face. And Brooks was going for 3 times in a row, and all the pressure and all the media was on him. Did that help you?
Maybe a little bit. The media for me personally that week was very negative because I was 0-7 with a 54-hole lead, so everybody was throwing questions on like that, and I turned that into a positive, and I turned that into it is my time. What Brooks was doing was amazing. The thing I had going for me was I had a 4-shot lead over Brooks going into Sunday, so I knew if I shot 2 under on Sunday, if I just took care of a couple par 5s, Brooks was going to have to shoot 6 under on Sunday of a major championship, and that was going to be tough for him to do. So,
all right, Gary, when we come back, folks, Gary Woodland is going to tell us what he likes to do off course, and we're probably going to have a little surprise for you at the end of the show. So stay right there. We'll be right back.
We'll be back with more match play right after these messages.
Did you know more golfers use Shipsticks to ship their clubs than ever before? That's right, Shipsticks is trusted by millions of golfers. No more dragging your clubs through the airport, and no more worries about lost and damaged clubs. Trust the experts at Shipsticks to ship your clubs hassle-free. We'll pick up your clubs from home or office and deliver them safely and on time. Pack, ship, tee off. It's easier than you think. Make it simple. Make it Shipsticks.
Oh, hey, Paul. I set you up in a Pro-Am charity golf tournament. Heavy hitter coming in from Asia. Your entire purpose for being there? Connect us to the $20 billion man.
Money! Paul McAllister is off to a big start.
Would you have time to talk about some business ideas I have?
Sure. After I meet your family?
About the putter? You're just not good enough to get that mad.
Mom, God's warranty on Dad coming back has expired. I'm moving on. You should too.
You have no idea how much I sacrifice to provide for our family.
Some things aren't worth sacrificing.
Hey, Paul, there is somebody here who I'd love for you to meet. Are you the old pro?
Well, I am old.
When was the last time you drove like this?
20 years ago, I guess. Back when I still had my license. How do you see yourself?
Not just in golf, but your whole existence, your life.
I have a son who hates me, and my wife and I have been separated for about 5 years.
Sounds like your game could use a mulligan.
Taking a mulligan is cheating. I play by the rules, or I don't play.
$4.5 million to us, a 50% ROI.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you.
Your dad's not going to be able to make
Mom,
it. Not...
okay, I know he's not gonna come.
What kind of God allows his people to suffer so much pain?
Your son has moved in with you. Sometimes God uses seemingly bad things for good.
I'm not sure I like his methods.
It's about believing.
This never was about golf, was it?
I think my work here is done.
Ladies and gentlemen, make your tea time.
Augusta Ranch Golf Club in Mesa has been voted the best executive course in Arizona, challenging for all levels of players. It's family friendly and fun. Plus, it won't take you all day to play. There's an excellent practice range with PGA professionals to help you with your game, and be sure to enjoy delicious food and beverages at the Scratch Pub and Grill. Make your next tee time at Augusta Ranch Golf Club by calling 480-354-1234 or by going to AugustaRanchGolf.com.
Golf only exists because it's fun.
What is special about golf is the relationships.
Being out there with your family, your friends, so many different chances and opportunities are presented from the game of golf.
Touring is brilliant. It's always first-class experiences. Courses that they run, they want it to be as good as possible, and it makes a big difference for the experience.
Why wouldn't you select Trim? You're selecting the best of the best. You know the quality you're getting, you know the experience you're getting. There's nobody better.
And now back to Match Play with your host, Ray Adams.
All right, welcome back to Match Play with Ray Adams. We're with Gary Woodland, of course, our guest this whole show, and Gary, a special edition today to have you on. We're talking about that U.S. Open Championship and also talking about, you know, your play over the last couple of years since then. And, you know, when you have that big win and you go back to the regular day in and day out grind of the tour, you know, those are the things that you guys all struggle with that are major champions to maintain that play. So I'd imagine that you have some off-course time and you've got your family and you live in that beautiful place where you live. And I've got to ask you, what do you love to do off course when you're not playing tour golf?
Yeah, well, I'm obviously continuing to grind, continue to get better off the golf course as well. Big deal for me is I got 3 young kids. I got a 4-year-old boy and twin girls that are 2. So my time's pretty taken away when I'm off the golf course. I still try to get back and watch I'm a big Chiefs guy, big KU guy, so I try to get back to some basketball games. But outside of that, if I'm not practicing, I'm really taking time with the family right now, trying to raise these kids and hopefully they have a positive impact on this world like Amy
I'm
has.
sure your wife has got an amazing job when you're out on tour for weeks on end. And does the family travel with you at all? A
little bit. It's been hard, obviously, through the pandemic, but they've been out the last couple of weeks, which has been amazing for me. It's a lot easier for me when they're out. It's probably a little harder on my wife, but it is nice for me when they're out.
All right, so what are some of your hobbies? What do you do when you're kind of by yourself? I know a lot of tour players, they love to go fishing or what have you. What do you like to do?
Man, that's like I said, I don't do much outside of play golf. I'm not a big fisherman or hunter. All my friends back home are, but I like to travel. My wife and I travel quite a bit, get around. We try to get 2 or 3 times a year just to get away, just the 2 of us. And outside of that, I'm trying to get better. Trying to be that best player in the world, and that takes a lot of effort.
Charity work, I know that you do a lot of philanthropy. Do you have a favorite charity that you're?
I'm really big with Folds of Honor, Major Dan Rooney, or Lieutenant Colonel Dan Rooney. He married my wife and I. He played golf at Kansas, started Folds of Honor. I've been with him since 2009, doing amazing stuff.
Colonel Dan performed your wedding.
He did.
Where at?
We got married in Turks and Caicos.
Oh my.
In the Caribbean. But doing amazing stuff for the military. You know, freedom isn't free, and a lot of stuff that they do, the sacrifices them and their families make, allow us to come out and play this amazing game.
Well, I had Colonel Dan on in Orlando during the merchandise show. We had a great time filming a short piece with Colonel Dan. It is an amazing organization. Before that, A couple years ago, I had on Major Ed Polito.
Oh, yeah.
How about Major? Isn't
Love
he
him.
something?
Love him. Love
and
him.
of course, now he's gone on, and with John Daly, they have the John Daly Major Ed Foundation,
Exactly.
Heart of a Lion. But Folds is an amazing organization, and I continue to support them, and I'm so glad you do that. Now let's get back to Amy here, and we're getting ready to wrap up the show. But when you think about I Got This, and you think about Amy, and they now have a foundation. Are you a part of that, and how so?
I'm a little bit of a part of it, just to being around. They're doing amazing stuff, and obviously, Amy, the impact she's had on millions of people, now she can bring it to the game of golf and support people here in the local community in Arizona. And I think they've traveled a little bit. I know they were part of one in Ohio as well. It's amazing stuff, and hopefully it continues to grow.
All right, we've got a special little thing for Amy that we're going to do. Amy, come and join me again. Amy didn't go to the 16th hole yet. We asked her to stay here for a few more minutes, and we're going to sing Amy a song. Amy, come on over here and stand by Gary. All right, everybody that's with me today, we're going to sing you a song. Amy, I made up a little song for you, and we want to sing it to you right now. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go, everybody. Amazing Amy, you're the one. You make everything so fun. Amazing Amy, Bockerstette, you're the one for me. We love you. Amy, thanks so much for being my guest host today. And of course, Gary Woodland, congratulations on all of your victories and continued great play as you go on this week to the tournament and beyond. And you too as well, folks. Make sure you stay tuned for lots more to come on Match Play TV.
I think it's important to start your day by getting your energy flowing and your body ready. That's great, but some days I need more. If you want to be great at something, it takes hard work and focus. Other times, I want more. There's nothing better than finding time to slow down for a meal with family and friends. Is there a chance of even more? It's absolutely amazing when you can sit around a fire to finish off the day. I'm so glad I found a place for all my mores. Quality products at a fair price.